Today we're going to do a demonstration on thermal breaching on IFI-6 fencing material. So we got a 36-inch rod, okay, which can be carried in a quiver, which is very man capable, all right? But you guys can see it's got a pretty significant signature. It does do a decent amount of work, but what I wanted to caveat is I was actually using a pretty decent technique where I was hitting the cross seams. So I was trying to hit where it connects to get the most work done with the fuel I have, and then use that slag to cut the stuff below it. And I think I was at 30 seconds, 40 seconds to get probably just a little bit more than what we got here. I'm probably at about 13 or 14 inches down here. And from here, what you can see is you'd have to actually cut that entire thing out. You don't get any. With this, you got a little bit of pull. Even if I cut down here, because it's melting and getting all this rigid, you end up with a very rigid side on each one. So I would essentially have to box it out or do almost like a U shape to get the type of hole size that I needed to be able to make entry with kit and equipment, or make it a man size or man passable hole. So the attack method, you know, like I said, even if you're not a very well trained welder or Broco torchbearer, you know, you're going to hit the fence material before you try to hit any of this other stuff, because you're going to be reloading rods and continuing to engage the target material for a longer period of time. And again, with it being set up the way that it is, what I like about this is you got this angle iron here. It's reinforced on the backside. There's a little bit more metal, and then you've got this metal over here. So it's not one of those things where I could just basically cut down here and the whole panel is going to come out. This is welded all the way down. So if I wanted to remove any piece of this, you know, I've got to make a cut that size. There's no shortcut to, oh, I can cut this section. I'll cut a triangle here, you know. You got to think about the amount of distance that you're going to need and the amount of time that it's going to take. And again, that leads to obviously huge signature and then detection leads to response.